The Bixbys had finally scraped together enough money to renovate their house. Theirs was an old house, one built by their grandmother 96 years ago. First, their family had done minor upgrades before, such as modernizing the kitchen with a new sink and buying a new bathtub and shower. But this time, they were about to remove a wall to join the living and dining rooms to make one great open space so that all the extended family could gather around one big table in the room. The whole family were excited about the project. Demolition of the interior wall proceeded carefully. The crew knew there were wires and plumbing inside the wall, but the exact location was unknown. Jake Bixby, one of the grandsons, was strong as an ox, and he led the team carrying apart the wall. His cousin Rob Dieter helped by swinging the sledgehammer where Jake directed him. The Bixbys and the Dieters were not exactly friendly. A long time ago, just after Grandma died, Emil Bixby, Jake's father, had accumulated a large gambling debt and had gone to their grandfather asking to pay off his debt. When Grandpa said no, Emil was enraged. He had explained to Grandpa that loan sharks had threatened to kill him and his wife if he didn't pay. How could Grandpa refuse? But he did, knowing that Emil would continue his gambling after paying off his debt. Now the whole family knew Grandpa didn't trust banks and kept all his money in a secret spot. He had to keep the spot secret. He tried to keep the spot secret, but all the Bixbys who stayed in the house after the Dieters left, especially Emil, knew where the spot was. Soon after Grandpa's pronouncement to Emil, Grandpa disappeared along with all the money from the secret spot. Now Dieter suspected that Emil had killed Grandpa and taken the money, but Emil said that was a crazy idea. He said Grandpa had probably taken off with his money and started a new life. Now back to the demolition. As you probably have guessed, Rob and Jake discovered a body in the wall. It was covered with lime and had been wrapped in a sheet, most of which had since dissolved. The hands and the head had been removed to prevent identification. But in the time since Grandpa's murder, the lime had done such a complete job that even though the coroner had tried to recover DNA, the recovery process yielded no viable samples. Since the coroner couldn't immediately identify the body, it would seem that Emil had gotten away with murder. Emil had the cash to pay off his gambling debts and plenty more to continue gambling. It seemed there would be no proof that the body was Grandpa. But the coroner found a ring in the body cavity. It was Grandpa's wedding ring inscribed with Grandma's name. Apparently, before he was killed, Grandpa had seen the bag of lime and all the butchering tools and surmised what was going to happen to him. While Emil wasn't looking, he removed the wedding ring and swallowed it. After a grueling interrogation, Emil confessed and was sentenced to life. The Bixbys were so ashamed they sold the house without completing the renovation. The Dieters sued and won for their part of the stolen property and for half the value of the house. The Dieters buried Grandpa next to his wife. Few of the Bixbys attended the service. Wow.